star-spangled banner yet wave o'er the land of the free and the home of the brave.
I'm just saying, I make this in 2 days. It is evident I do better when I feel like the world against me and think I should never win. Can I stop and pocket profit every corner pussy win? He had to get it out the mud and rise up out the sentiment. Catch me early like Sunday school.
There is no better way to start off the new year than with the NBA here on 2K Sports. I'm Kevin Harlan with Greg Anthony, Hall of Famer Doris Burke, and another Hall of Famer, David Aldridge, from the sidelines. Let's check out the Eastern Conference standings now that we're in the new year. Taking a look here at the visitors. They've been in peak form as we've watched them play some tremendous basketball with an eye toward the postseason. And, of course, Milwaukee. Not really any threat right now as their record's showing a lot more losses. Now the starting group for the visitors. We've got Ben Simmons. Red Van Vliet out there with Miller. Then there's Bird. And it's Bull in at the 5. And for Milwaukee, the guard and off guard are Lillard and Trent. The post pair, the longtime duo of Antetokounmpo and Lopez. And it's Kuzma in at the small forward. One thing, Doris, that should attract a lot of attention in this game, that matchup at the guard position. That is going to be special.
Well, that's the point of attack on both ends of the floor, and it's always fun to see skilled and capable guards duel it out. It is like watching a great chess match.
Now here's Van Vliet. Here's Miller. Pass to Bird. There's the 3. The rebound by the Bucks. Their last meeting was in this building where they were able to come out on top.
And guys, they walked into the arena with a certain kind of swagger, and we really saw it play out on the offensive end.
And what surprised me was how easy they made it look. It seemed like they got something out of every possession.
And so the Milwaukee Bucks get the first points of the ballgame.
First team foul.
So it's the visitors now. Here's Bird. Stolen. Trent with it. And it's Bird picking him up. Here's Simmons. And Simmons slams it in.
This close to the rim, Ben Simmons just leaves no doubt.
First quarter of play. 1 minute played. Lillard against Van Vliet. And Lillard kicks to Antetokounmpo. And here is Trent outside. And Bull pulls it down.
And he didn't punish them for the weak coverage there, but they can't count on him to continue missing.
That's good from Miller on the assist by Bird.
And more than just a jump shooter, Miller's very good around the rim. A rare quality for a wing these days.
Kuzma outside. Little over a minute 30 into this first quarter. Lillard looking around. Such a wide open look.
A downright lethal three-point threat. Lillard is someone defenders must stay attached to if they want to have any impact.
Now here's Van Vliet. Last game he had 12. Simmons passes to Van Vliet. 6 on the shot clock. Pass to Bird. Shoots the 3. That's a miss, his second after 2 shots. Well, Greg, it took 40 years, but the Bucks finally won their second NBA title back in 2021.
Yeah, and Kareem leading that 71 squad. Giannis was the man in 2021, averaging 35 and 13 during the finals, closing out the Suns with that 50-piece in Game 6.
Here's Bird. Giannis Antetokounmpo making his last shot. Here's Bull. Takes the 12-footer and hits.
And the touch ball is impressive. You can tell he has a lot of confidence in that shot.
Lillard outside. And it's Van Vliet with the rebound. Gone 50% from the field, hitting 3 of 6 since the opening tip. Trent against Miller. Pass to Simmons. Out to Miller. Shoots. Giannis Antetokounmpo grabs the miss.
Boy, defense nowhere to be found, and neither was his shot at that time.
Kuzma outside. And here's Antetokounmpo outside. And Bull pulls it down. Gone 0 of 2 from deep here. On the wing, Bird. Covered by Lillard. Bird against Lillard. And it's Bird missing. Milwaukee in the lead. Here's Kuzma. Quick shot there, and it's off target. Van Vliet against Lopez. And count it, the shot is good. He'll go to the free throw line.
Well, don't let the diminutive size fool you. Fred Van Vliet is a strong finisher, and he loves to score it.
First trip to the free throw line for him tonight.
And that 84% free throw percentage is a testament to all the hard work he's put in on the line.
One shot.
I don't know how you cannot love Fred Van Vliet. This guy brings toughness. He's fearless in the clutch. He competes on the defensive end, and his IQ is as good as it gets.
Now here's Kuzma. Nothing on the board. Back to Lillard. Off on the layup. Gone 4 for 9 from the field to start this game off. Pass to Bull. Van Vliet with it. And here is Simmons. Bird outside. And the 3-ball is good.
Just such great consistency on that jump shot. Even though he's not always squared up, Bird terrific in the catch and shoot game. They need a bucket in a big way here to regain some confidence.
Van Vliet against Lillard. Giannis sets a screen for Trent. Looking to end the run. Simmons pulls it in.
He is too good a shooter, guys, to be left open like that. The defense just dodged a bullet there.
Miller, the pass to Van Vliet. And Gary Trent gets the whistle that time. That is his first foul of the game.
And now only one away from being in the penalty.
On the wing, Bird. Antetokounmpo defending. 4 on the clock. Simmons inside. Defended by Trent. And that one's good. Simmons.
Well, if it ain't broke, don't fix it. They keep getting it in the paint and continue to score consistently.
And Doc Rivers has called a timeout. He's going to have a discussion here on the sideline. Mo Wagner's checked in for Bull. And for a look at how the competition stacks up right now, here's the latest edition of the Power Rankings. They tell a great story. We'll take a look at the Timberwolves. They've climbed all the way up to the 2nd spot.
And you know, right now for the visiting team, they continue to obliterate expectations because they found a way to get the most out of the guys on this roster.
Got a piece of it. Here's Kuzma. And foul on the shot. He'll shoot 2 at the free throw line. And we know Kuzma's always been a terrific scorer. But, Greg, he's developed as a passer over time.
And, Kevin, early in his career, Kuzma wasn't called on to be a leader. But he's grown into that role, and he puts effort into orchestrating for his teammates.
And he knocks down the first one. And nearing the midway point, and Doris, we're always seeing some shifts in the landscape of competition.
That, to me, Kevin, is what makes things both interesting and exciting. There's an intrigue to, are some of the young players in the league pushing the established stars? How deeply into the careers of the great players are we? And are we looking at the end of what has been an extraordinary run of talent? It's always incredible to watch.
Clock at 4. Shot on the wing, and it's good off the back of the rim and in. Bird's got 5.
Adding to their advantage, trying to find a way to blow this one open.
One of the things they're doing is identifying favorable matchups
Hey,
and
how you
then
doing?
going at them.
Hello, boy.
Now here's Trent, still without a basket. Antetokounmpo looking over the floor. Over Simmons. Antetokounmpo, no good.
Well, you have to like their work on the boards, Kevin, particularly here to start the game.
Wagner with a screen for Bird. Out to Miller. Bird outside. Van Vliet passes to Bird. Sinks the three-pointer. Bird's got his 3rd basket of the night.
Defensively, they've been a step slow here to start.
Kuzma outside. Lillard against Miller. Lopez, a screen on Miller. Three-pointer, Lillard buries the long-range jumper. Lillard's got a couple of threes now in the first for the Bucks. And here is Van Vliet. Looking at his point production, he averages almost 8 points a game. Outside, Simmons. Here's Miller. Lopez with the steal. Now Lillard. 6 points for him. Outside, Antetokounmpo. No good on that one. Simmons with the defensive effort.
This has not been a good period for this guy. Out of sync, not letting the game come to him. He's got to settle down and make shots.
Kicks it out to Van Vliet. And it's good, assisting on the play with Simmons. Simmons got 3 assists now in this one. Bucks trail by 11. Kuzma outside. Lillard against Miller. That one falls. Lillard's got 8 points.
And he is really in a zone right now, playing and scoring with confidence.
Here's Van Vliet. 6 points for him. Bird right side. And it's Miller. It's off the key. Shoots over Kuzma. That's good for Miller. The assist by Bird. Bird's got 3 assists tonight.
They've wasted no time settling into their offense.
And Doc Rivers has called a timeout. He wants to talk to his guys. Let's check out the NBA's best three-point threats. Alex Caruso, number 1.
He is as automatic as they come from behind the arc, and that shooting ability makes him an option every trip down the floor.
Christie against Porter. Pass to Livingston. Here's Sims. Porter looking it over. 5 on the clock. Lillard from outside. Larry Bird grabs the miss.
A team's rebounding is a great measure of its energy, and theirs has been terrific here in the first quarter.
from past the arc. Outside for Pippen. Pass to Bird. Here's Christie. Good. And it's Bird picking up the assist. Bird's got 4 assists now tonight.
Yeah, second chance points, a huge issue right now. They're getting steamrolled inside.
Now, here's Lillard. He had 27 points last game. And the Bucks miss again. Now, here's Pippen. Pass to Bird. Here's Christie. Offensive rebound. Wagner. His first shot is a miss. 0 for 1 to start the contest. And it's Lillard with the ball. He brings it up for the Bucks. It's a 14-point game. That one, no good. Nice defense from Wagner. Porter against Christie. Now Pippen. We've got 1:28 left to play here in the first. Offensive rebound. Here's Wagner. Count that one.
Already, they've piled up 8 second chance points.
The Bucks shooting 31% here early on. Not getting the shots they'd like. Lillard, the pass to Livingston. Pass to Porter. To end the cold streak. Milwaukee the rebound. Out left to the wing. Lillard against Caruso. And Lillard kicks to Sims. Shot clock at 2. It's Porter outside. And it's Wagner with the rebound. Wagner's got rebound number 9 now. What an effort here tonight. Pass to Caruso. Back to Pippen. Here's Christie. Here he goes. Bird kicks to Caruso. Bird with it. Sims there. Tries again. Bird misses.
And this is a shot he can definitely make, and the defense not a factor at all.
Buries it down low.
Well, that possession to me highlights the importance of creating for your teammates.
And after just 1 quarter of play, a double-digit differential on the scoreboard. Leading by 14. And we'll get going after this from Milwaukee. And glad to have you with us, folks. Second quarter of basketball. This game has not exactly been neck and neck, but plenty of time left in this one. And looking at what we've seen so far, guys, from the visiting team, what do you think?
You got to credit their defense, communicating, rotating, making plays on the ball.
Yeah, I think they wanted to come out of the gate strong, and they have. They've taken the early lead here.
Fred VanVleet out there with Christie. And it's Alex Caruso. Then there's Wagner. And it's Bull in at the 4-man position.
There's so little ego in Giannis's game. It's not about him out there. He wants to make the game easier for his teammates.
And here we can check out the story for Larry Bird.
And the stat to look at is his steal total over the last 5 games. He's been focusing more on his defense, trying to be a disruptor, and it's made them a lot tougher on D.
VanVleet on the wing, covered by Rollins. And the rejection by Smith. And it goes out of bounds. That one is off Smith. VanVleet passes to Miller. Clock at 6 over Prince. Here's Bull. That's his second shot and his second basket. He's 2 for 2.
Yeah, inside, Bull does a great job just making subtle adjustments and utilizing that length.
Smith sets the pick for Porter. Milwaukee getting another chance here. And it goes on a bounce. That one is off Smith.
A moment to check out the numbers for Fred VanVleet. How his last 10 games have gone. He's getting around 8 points a game, 9 assists, and 2 rebounds. And he brings it for them every game on the offensive end.
Well, I think you can tell he relishes this role, being the catalyst on the offensive end, night in and night out.
Here's Porter. And it's another Milwaukee shot right there going in.
Nice pull-up J there by Porter, keeping the defense on their toes and striking fast.
VanVleet with it. 6 points for him. Inside, Simmons. Fouled on the shot and picks up 2 points. So 1 free throw coming up.
Ben Simmons is so skilled at using his athleticism and strength to draw the contact. How about the end one opportunity?
And this is his first trip to the line tonight.
What's up?
That's good from Simmons. Every year, Greg, we get a new batch of rookies into the NBA, and sometimes we're all guilty of judging them too early.
Oh, absolutely. I think we need probably 3 years to evaluate a player. You know, fans and media can be a little harsh at times, but not everybody develops at the same rate.
Here's VanVleet following the 3 by Milwaukee. Pass to Caruso. Miller outside. Here's Bull, covered by Smith. Bull against Smith. Bull, that's good. Bull's got 4 this quarter.
And look at how quick he was to bite on the pump fake. Left his feet way too soon.
Rollins against VanVleet. Pass to Giannis. Fires the 3. And Bull pulls it down. Bull's got his 4th rebound in this one.
They've shown some strength in the paint today. Their work on the boards has been impressive.
Right now, let's send it over to the sidelines and get a report from David Aldridge.
Kevin, thanks. The Bucks use their size defensively to great impact. Coach Doc Rivers said, we're not fast, we're long. So we get our fingertips on a lot of balls, and that slows fast teams down. Switching keeps guys in front of you, and the more size we can put in front of people, the better we can be. Kevin?
BA, you follow this league for a long time. That sounds like a pretty good game plan. Here's VanVleet after the basket by Milwaukee. Free throw line jump shot. Out of bounds. Milwaukee takes possession. A moment now to see how the schedule is looking for Milwaukee. On Friday, they'll begin a road trip starting in Chicago against the Bulls. And then on Saturday, they'll go back home and they'll be hosting the Detroit Pistons.
And for that matchup with the Clippers, it's going to be a battle for this group. You get the feeling they'll need to be at their sharpest if they want to come away with a victory.
Looking at who's out there now for the Bucks. Lopez, he's checked in for Smith. And Trent subbed in for Taurean Prince. Here's Rollins. And Simmons with the rebound. Gotten fewer than half of their three-pointers to go down tonight. They're 4 for 9. Caruso, no good.
Well, defensively, if you allow him to get this close, you're playing with fire. He just happened to miss that one.
Quick break in the action. Let's check out the fiercest shot swatters in the league. Brook Lopez third.
There aren't going to be many nights when you don't see him affect the game with his shot blocking ability.
Gone 3 of 8 from the field since the beginning of the second quarter. And here is Van Vliet. He has 6. Caruso kicks to Van Vliet. Miller surveying the floor. Shot clock at 5. That one good for 2. Miller's got his 3rd basket of the night right there.
Not afraid to work on the interior. Mr. Miller, go ahead.
Here's Giannis. He's a guy we see deliver on a nightly basis, averaging about 24.5 points a game. And, you know, Brandon Miller may not have the experience, Doris, so far in the NBA, but boy, does he have a feel for the game.
And, Kevin, that to me is something you can't teach. The ability at a young age to read situations well. He can mix his pace. He can create his own space for his shot. The game has already seemed to slow down for this young guy.
Pass to Miller. Rollins against Van Vliet. Going inside, Simmons. And the call on the shot that sends him to the line. You know, Doris, Ben Simmons has certainly had a turbulent career, hasn't he?
Oh, my goodness, there's no question, Kevin. You begin with some of the injury challenges he's had throughout. Started in his rookie season and has continued throughout some of the years. There's also been questions about the balance in his game. Obviously, perimeter shooting has been a weakness. But the first and most important thing Ben has to do is get healthy, Kevin. You say what you want about Ben Simmons and sometimes the challenges he has on the offensive end. He is a hard-playing defensive force who has windows of opportunity where he contributes offensively.
Larry Bird's checked in for Alex Caruso. And the second free throw, good. Doris, we're in the world now of super agencies, which consolidate player representation. What do you think?
Kev, I think obviously it gives some more power to the players because of the bargaining leverage. But for player movement, does it give more power to the big market teams? We're going to have to watch this unfold.
You know, you were talking about Giannis. He can put up 30 a game without taking many shots from the perimeter. That's a tall order these days, especially because he gets doubled every single time. And the first one at the line is good.
I think what makes Giannis special is how uncomplicated he is. The man is just an incredible, pure athlete who simply loves the game of basketball. That's all there is to it.
Kyle Kuzma's checked in for Milwaukee. Damian Lillard comes in for Rollins. And he can't hit the second.
And what I love about Giannis, yeah, he's a superstar, an MVP, a champion. But best of all, Giannis is an incredible ambassador for the game.
Now, here is Miller.
Second personal foul. 13 foul. At the line for the away team. Miller, 2 shots.
Shoot 2.
And he makes the first.
And they're really getting more points at the free throw line here in the second quarter.
Both free throws good for Miller.
You want to contest this guy's shot, but you absolutely don't want to send him to the line. He will make you pay.
Lillard, the pass to Antetokounmpo. Kuzma outside. And again, the Bucks miss.
And physically, there's no doubt they've been the stronger team. A +10 rebound advantage tells you all you need to know.
Few players have the overall game of Larry Bird. Obviously, we know he can shoot the lights out, but he's also an elite-level passer.
It's his first trip to the line.
In their last contest, guys, he was unconscious from the foul line.
Take a break. Take a break. 2 shots.
First one falls for him. Good on both.
This is what makes him a challenge to stop. He will beat you from the floor, and he can also beat you from the line.
Outside, Antetokounmpo. Antetokounmpo converts inside.
And you love watching Giannis operate inside. So assertive and forceful.
Now Van Vliet. He's got 6. Outside, Simmons. Pass to Miller. On the wing, Bird. 3-pointer. Rebound, Milwaukee.
And you could tell he thought that triple was going to fall.
Giannis kicks to Lillard. Lopez up top. On the wing, Giannis. Off the mark there with the 3-point shot.
I know he's got to be frustrated right now, but the team is fighting from behind. He's got to stay with it.
Simmons, a screen on Kuzma. Van Vliet passes to Bird. Pass to Bull. Bird against Lopez. And Bird gets it to go on the assist by Bull. Bird's got 13.
It's first triple of the second quarter, third of the game.
Lillard finds Antetokounmpo. Shoots from 14. Kuzma can't get it to go.
You can't look at the result of that shot. They'll take that whenever they get it.
And they should, because it's when you start turning down that kind of look that your offense can start to bog down a bit.
Pass to Simmons. Van Vliet outside. Miller with a wide open look. No good with the triple.
Well, you can see why the defense dared him to shoot it. That's not really his spot.
Lopez sets a screen for Antetokounmpo. Kuzma outside. And Bull pulls it down. Bull's got 6 rebounds in the game. On the wing, Bird. Covered by Giannis. Pass to Van Vliet. Back to Bird. Fires from the line. Count it. Number 5 from the floor this game. He's now 5 of 11.
Unwilling to let up even for a moment. That's his killer instinct, just fanning the flames.
One thing I enjoy is watching players who don't pay attention to the score. You lock in on the moment and play the right way.
And Doc Rivers has called a timeout. Wants to talk some things over. Might be seeing some things to adjust. Kevin Porter's checked in for Milwaukee. And now a quick rundown of the leading free throw shooters at small forward this year. It's a pretty sure thing whenever one of them gets to the line. You look at Bird, the best in the NBA. You put him on the line, and it's nearly automatic.
And most impressive is that he's done it in the first quarter, in the clutch, whenever, as consistent as they come.
The visitors on defense. 18 points separating the teams. That's the biggest lead of the game. And Lillard gets it to go.
And they're hitting the long-range shots that they were missing in the first quarter, but still have ground to make up.
Here's Pippen. Still yet to score. Here's Christie. They get the rebound. Bird kicks to Nance. The second chance effort. 2 free throws coming up, and they call the shooting foul. It's going to be on Gary Trent Jr. He'll take his 3rd and 4th free throw shots at the game right here.
Larry Bird, 2 shots.
Take a break. Take a break. 2 shots.
Free throw good. Bird.
He does a great job of drawing contact and getting himself to the line, something he didn't do in the first period.
And good on the second, so he makes them both. Bucks trail by 17. Lillard dishes to Lopez. And stolen by Wagner. Left side Pippen. And it's Bird with the jam.
Well, if you don't take care of the ball, fellas, that's what can happen.
Absolutely, Greg. That makes the turnover even more painful.
At the end of the day, though, it's 2 points. Don't hang your heads. Let's get refocused and play with more patience.
Now, here's Porter. 5 points in the game. There's Lopez with the 3. And it's Wagner with the rebound. Wagner's got rebound number 10 tonight with that last one. Nance outside. Pass to Bird. Here's Christie. Wagner kicks to Bird. 6 to shoot. Over Trent. Porter with the steal. Fast break. Here we go. By himself. Now that's how to finish the break. Throw down with force.
That's just tremendous hustle by Trent Jr. Getting out in front of the defense, making himself available in transition.
On the wing, Bird. Defended by Trent. They double team Bird. Lays it up off the glass. Bird's got 21 in the game.
I'll tell you, the team is simply riding the hot hand. This guy has been lights out.
Trent outside. Porter kicks to Kuzma. Trent outside. Shot is good off the back rim and in. Trent's got his second basket of the night.
Pre-shot preparation, so important. You have to be ready to rise and fire as soon as that ball touches your hands. Gary Trent Jr., yes, sir.
Now, here's Pippen. Scoreless thus far. Nance against Kuzma. Trent with the wide open look. From outside, off the mark.
And they had some botched coverage that turned into no coverage.
And finished off by Wagner.
Well, the big man, Mo Wagner, getting to it. Nice finish.
There's 49 seconds left to play here in the second quarter. Outside, Porter. And it's Trent in the corner. Kuzma passes to Porter. Over in the corner, Lillard shoots over Pippen. And it's Lillard missing. Looking at the last game for Milwaukee, it was a loss to the Nets in Brooklyn.
And missing your free throws usually changes the complexion of a game. Certainly did in that one.
You know this. Nothing gets a crowd into the game more than a bunch of missed free throws. That's one of the worst things you can do on the road.
From deep, Trent. Christie with the rebound. Bird against Trent. Bird with the bucket.
I'll tell you, it's one thing to do this at home, Another to do it in a hostile environment.
Boy, just sheer dominance, the ability to step into enemy territory and flat out take over. This is impressive.
And through the first half, a pretty lopsided affair. Delivering the blowout. And now we'll send it over to David Aldridge, who is standing by courtside. David.
Thanks, guys. Joined by Doc Rivers. Coach, what did you think of the effort in the first half?
Well, the effort's fine, I guess. Defensively, we got to be better, so that's part of the effort. But they're just scoring too easy. They're throwing us around. They are so much more the physical team right now, so we got to pick up our physicality.
I'm sure that will be discussed thoroughly before the next half. Thanks. Back to you guys.
Thanks so much, Dave, for the great interview. Don't go away, folks. We'll be back for the second half of basketball right after this.
Hi, everyone. Let's start things off by checking out the Player of the Month award recipients. Guys, how about our winner from the Western Conference?
I've been really impressed watching him. I mean, he's facilitating this offense, making plays for his teammates and for himself.
Yeah, he's been the best player on the floor most nights. Really has.
And let's move on now to that first half. Obviously, a lot of work to do for the Milwaukee Bucks.
They couldn't shut down the lane. Only thing that would stuff that is prime check. Maybe two of me.
Now that is a scary sight. Two of you.
Well, we're going to need a bigger fridge, Ernie.
Thank you for being with us. Now let's send it to Kevin Harlan for the second half tip.
Welcome back. The calendar has flipped over, and so have we, into the second half of our broadcast. It's been one outstanding game from Larry Bird.
And the way he goes at defenders, he is bound to get to the line just like he did there in that first half.
I have to love his tenacity. This guy stays in attack mode, makes defenders work, tries to keep them off balance.
The post pair, the longtime duo of Antetokounmpo and Lopez. The guard and off guard are Lillard and Trent. And it's Kuzma in at the small forward. That's the group for Milwaukee right now. Back to Bird. Over Lopez. Bird misses. The Bucks shooting around 36%. They're just not able to finish consistently. And now the latest from our reporter, David Aldridge.
Kevin, Giannis Antetokounmpo is not one to puff out his chest and chase accolades. He said, I put the work in. That's how I get my confidence. I don't follow the media or my stats. What I know is that I put the work in, and I try to be the best version of myself. And that focus has served him well. Kevin?
It has. You know, his dedication, David, unquestioned. And we appreciate your report. That free throw missing. That's off as well, so he misses both.
Boy, that makes him 0 for 3 to start the second half. Not the start you were hoping for here.
Out to Bird. Miller outside. Back to Bird. Over Lopez. Nice shot by Bird. Bird's got 25 points in the game.
Well, the advantage they have right now is largely based on his play. What an outstanding night.
Miller against Lillard. Over Miller. The jumper from the free throw line is good. Lillard's got 13.
Well, their first basket in 4 tries. Can that trigger a little bit of good shooting here? We'll find out.
Hey, GA, how about Damian Lillard's time in Portland? 11 magnificent years.
I mean, Kevin, arguably the best trailblazer of all time. Rookie of the year, then 7 All-Star appearances. Dame will always be a legend in the Rose City.
Kuzma outside. And it's Lopez at the elbow. And Lopez throws it down.
If you give Lopez a 7-footer this much room, it's over.
Pass to Bull. And here's Bird. Antetokounmpo defending. Bird kicks to Miller. Out to Bird. Right side Simmons. Trent against Simmons. Trent can't hit.
And the way he was able to reach out towards that release had an impact.
Well, no question. He altered that shot, and most of the time, that's just as good as blocking it.
Miller, rebounded by the Bucks. Kuzma's got 4 rebounds now tonight. Antetokounmpo against Bull. Here's Lopez, and foul on the shot, so he'll get a chance at the line.
Second personal foul.
Don't you love how comfortable Brook Lopez looks inside? Even when he knows contact is coming, he simply goes right through it.
Milwaukee shooting their 7th and 8th free throw attempts for the game right here.
Shooting 2.
First free throw is good. What I admire most about Brook Lopez is his willingness to adapt his game to fit whatever the system needs. This guy has been the consummate pro.
Nancy's checked in for Bull. Gone 2 of 4 here to start the second half. Van Vliet deciding where to go with it. Simmons passes to Miller. Simmons a screen on Kuzma. And Miller throws it down hard.
And this is what you like about Miller. He has great range from 3, but he can also make tough shots in traffic.
Miller's gotten 4 of his 9 shots to go. Nance against Lopez. Kuzma outside. Lopez sets a screen for Kuzma. Fouled in the act of shooting. Gets the bucket anyway, so a 3-point play chance for him.
Part of being a great scorer is understanding how to take the hit and score against tough defense. Hello, Kyle Kuzma.
ADB, one thing about Kyle Kuzma, at 6'9", he is a big win.
What I love about him, Kevin, is that he's such a strong shooter. He can bang in the post if you need him to. He always puts up solid rebounding numbers. And I think the final piece we've seen him developing is his ability to distribute the basketball.
Gone 3 of 5 to start the second half, developing a nice rhythm out there. Van Vliet passes to Bird. Back to Van Vliet. Bird outside. Pass to Simmons. Van Vliet outside. The basket good off the assist from Simmons. Van Vliet's got 9 points.
The assist totals, Kevin, just continue to grow. They're way ahead in that category. Ball movement has been flawless.
It's stolen by Nance. Now Simmons, covered by Lillard. Out to Nance. Pass to Miller. Now here's Van Vliet. Bird finds Simmons. Miller outside. The three-pointer no good.
Well, it hasn't been the most efficient game for this guy, but their team is fortunate to still be out in front.
Back to Lillard. On the wing, Giannis. To the paint. 4 on the shot clock. Milwaukee, no good that time either. Gotten the three-point bug tonight. They've taken 15 shots outside the arc. 6 of 15. Bird against Antetokounmpo. Bird kicks to Van Vliet. Bird looking it over. And the 3 off target.
He started out strong. 3 threes in the first half, but the long ball has disappeared on him since.
Lillard, the pass to Trent. Here's Kuzma. Drains the three-pointer. Kuzma's got 6 here in this quarter.
Boy, being shot ready on the catch, Kyle Kuzma making it look easy.
Lillard against Van Vliet. Pass to Nance. And here's Miller. Here's Bird. Over Giannis. And it's Bird missing.
A fadeaway, not a terrible idea, but he needs to make the game easier on himself. He's overcomplicating things.
Lillard misses. Gone 4 of 9 from the floor so far in the third. It's good for Miller, the assist by Bird. Bird's got 5 assists in the game.
There is a wiry strength to Brandon Miller. Powers right through the contact.
And Doc Rivers has called a timeout. He's ready to talk things through with the team. And the Bucks making a change here. Porter's checked in. And let's take a moment to show you the NBA's best rebounding teams over the last 10 games.
What a show of strength in terms of rebounding. I mean, they've really controlled the glass here of late, playing with some extreme physicality.
And it's Antetokounmpo with the ball. He'll bring it up for the Bucks. When this game is done, they'll be off to Chicago as they take on the Bulls. That will be a getaway game for them, a 1-game road trip.
And if you're looking to make a big play with the pass, you've got to love Giannis. He's a big target on those alley-oop lobs.
Christie the pass to Watford. And 2 free throws coming up as the whistle blows. He purely missed that one.
All the officials are all over that one.
This is his first chance at the line tonight.
And he's there at 71 from the line this season, probably below where you'd like to see him.
The first free throw is good. And Watford drops them both. The Bucks have gone just a bit under 50% from the field since halftime. 5 out of 11. Trent outside. Pass to Lopez. Outside Porter. Shot clock at 6. And it's in there. Porter's got 7.
Shooting while in rhythm. Porter Jr. has an impressive understanding for when to let that thing fly.
Now, here's Pippen. He has yet to score. Watford finds Pippen. Pass to Christie. That falls nicely on the feed that time from Pippen. Christie's got his second bucket tonight.
You simply must play better defense than that. This guy is too good from distance.
Lillard outside. And they wasted no time getting those 3 points back.
The real come at us, and we're coming right back at you.
And you would expect nothing less from these two, taking pride and making plays.
Christie with the screen on Giannis. Watford with it. And here is Caruso. It's hauled in by Trent. Lillard outside. Pass to Lopez. And here's Trent outside. Connects from 3-point range. He's got 7.
Yeah, that's too good a look to give him from behind the arc.
Out to the right wing. Back to Caruso. Nice pass. Led him to the rack perfectly for the layup. Caruso's got his first points of the night. Now, Antetokounmpo. He has 7 and a wide open look for Porter. No good on the 3. gone into the three-point range 4 times since halftime and buried 2 of them.
Let's take a look here at the numbers for Porter. How last month turned out for him. Getting around 12 points a game, 4 assists, and 2 rebounds. And what a luxury for them to have someone like him who can absolutely fill it up coming off the bench.
I love it. He knows they're looking for him to bring immediate offense, and he very rarely disappoints.
A different look for Milwaukee. Sims is checked in, and it's Green in for Antetokounmpo.
And if they continue, Kevin, their outstanding free throw shooting, that'll help them seal the deal.
Lillard the pass to Porter. And the wide open shot from Green. Good, and a nice assist from Porter. Porter's got 3 assists now in this one.
Defensively, they just look out of sync, not closing out on the threes in time.
Pass to Caruso. To the left wing. Driving in. Here's Christie. That shot misses. Nice D from Porter. Bucks trail by 18. Here's Lillard. No good with the layup. Gotten half their shots to drop in the second half. Up to this point, going 7 of 14. Here's Caruso. And he gets the whistle. 2 free throws coming up. It goes on Taurean Prince. This is his first free throw of the game.
The line for the away team. Alex Caruso taking 2 shots.
The first one falls. He makes 1 of 2 that time. And so it's Prince with it. He brings it up for the Milwaukee Bucks. Trailing by 19. Pass to Green. Porter against Christie. And that one's good by Porter. Porter's got 9.
Defenses try to test Porter's physicality, but he's adjusted well to it.
1:31 left to play here in the third. Christie. It's tipped. Now here's Prince. Hasn't made 1 yet. Pass to Porter. Over Christie. The rebound by Watford. Going outside a lot tonight. 17 times, in fact. 7 of 17. Lillard against Christie. Now here's Caruso. 6 on the shot clock. Count that one. He's got 5.
And nice job taking what the defenders gave him. These guys need a gut check right now.
Well, simply stated, simply not enough effort, not enough attention to detail. They've gotten run over this evening.
Yes, that goes in. Sims has got his second basket of the night.
And not relying at all on the three-point shot. They may want to rethink about stretching the defense a bit like they did in that first half.
Pass to Christie. Launches a 3. The shot's good on the assist by Pippen. Pippen's got 4 assists now tonight.
Challenging this D with the 3 ball. That's his second from distance this half. And he also hit 1 in the first half, too.
Lillard outside. The Bucks need to get a shot off here. And as we conclude the third quarter, pretty much a blowout. It's been a one-sided affair. Delivering the blowout. And we're coming right back after this break to get the fourth quarter underway. And now let's go back to a play from earlier as we show you our State Farm assist of the game.
And the definition of teamwork right there, guys. I mean, what great communication between them, and what a beautiful feed.
Nothing better than chemistry, right? Working together to create a bucket.
And we reach the fourth quarter in a game that may be already out of hand. Alex Caruso out there with Trendon Watford. Then there's Christie. Then it's Pippen. And it's Wagner in at the 5 down low. Caruso with the ball. Good on the shot.
Caruso. The assist. Trendon Watford.
Well, when you talk about the NBA going global, the last 6 MVPs, Doris, as you know, all international players.
Kevin, what I love about this is the NBA wants the best players, regardless of where they come from. There's a time where American players just dominated that award for years and years. Fact of the matter is, it's good for the game to get the baddest, best players in the world, and we've done that.
Back to Pippen. Wagner against Giannis. Got a piece of it. On the wing, Porter. Pass to Rollins. Nice ball movement by Milwaukee. It's Giannis with the drive, and the layup's good off the glass.
And on the drive, Giannis, he can be so disruptive, just muscling his way through the defense.
And here's Pippen. And there's the drive. Uses the glass to finish the layup. Here's Antetokounmpo. Game moves along. 2 minutes gone here in the fourth. And Antetokounmpo with the jam.
Watch out. Antetokounmpo might be soft-spoken, but he's got a mean streak when it comes to attacking the hoop.
Pippen, the pass to Christie. Pass to Wagner. Over to the left wing. Caruso, no good. Bucks trail by 18. Prince, right side. Outside, Antetokounmpo. Just over 2.5 minutes played now here in the final quarter of regulation. Giannis' screen on Christie. Down to 5 on the shot clock. The shot by Rollins, no good. Gone 2 of 4 from the field since we started the final quarter of play. Pippen outside. Here's Christie. And a miss there on the triple. Bucks have gone 3 of 5 here in the fourth quarter. Pretty good numbers coming out of the break. And Antetokounmpo inside. He's defended by Wagner. Bounce pass, Antetokounmpo. Rollins the pass to Porter. 20 feet out. Not that time. His 6th miss. He's made 4 of 10 so far. Gotten off to an 0 for 2 start from downtown here in the fourth quarter. We've played just over 3.5 minutes now in the fourth quarter. Rollins against Pippen. Pass to Christie. For the 3. That falls nicely on the feed that time from Pippen. Pippen's got 5 assists in the game. And here's Giannis. He'll bring it up for Milwaukee. They've allowed just 7 points here in the fourth quarter. Good for his 6th make and a dozen attempts, shooting 50% with that basket.
And they are attacking the rim and getting great results.
Now Pippen. Pass to Christie. Here's Caruso. Top of the key. The rebound by the Bucks. Giannis has got 6 rebounds now in the game.
Well, this has not been his finest hour, but give your teammates some credit for doing the job of stepping in.
And he's been a force on the glass all game long.
A lot of it comes down to great fundamentals, establishing position early, controlling the backboards.
Here's Christie. From 13 feet, it goes down. Christie's got 5 points now in the quarter.
Boy, that's as wide open as you're going to get. The defense needs to lock in and be better than that.
Giannis outside. And it's Wagner with the rebound. Gone 4 of 8 in this fourth quarter, shooting at even 50% from the field. Back to Caruso. In the corner, it's Watford. Well, a trend that we've seen over the past couple years is that the league is getting younger, Doris, than ever before.
And Kevin, that's a product of players starting to train seriously at a young age. And what they're training is their skill level, handling, passing, and shooting. The key here is, do they have a nuanced understanding of the game? There is where the growth has to come, but it is definitely getting younger.
Green finds Porter. Prince in the corner. And he can't answer back. The three-pointer offline. Gone 5 for 9 from the field in the final quarter so far. Pippen feeling it out a bit. Christie against Porter. Clock at 6. Pass to Caruso. And here's Wagner. Over onto Antetokounmpo. And the shot falls short this time. Guys, they're looking for a way to score here.
Yeah, they've had a tough time taking the lid off.
To the left side wing. Pippen with the steal. Here's the break. Here's Christie. That falls nicely on the feed that time from Pippen. Pippen's got assist number 7 for him tonight. Poked away, and that's out of bounds. Milwaukee will retain possession. A different look for Milwaukee. Lopez, he's checked in for Green. Trent comes in for Torian Prince.
Team Larry Bird with a great performance tonight. Starters getting a big rest. They need it.
From deep, Trent drills the three-pointer.
Well, range is what Gary Trent gives you, and it's on display right there.
Now, here's Pippen. In recent history, GA, we've seen some so-called redshirt rookies really thrive in their first season.
Oh, great call, partner. Blake Griffin, Joel Embiid, Chet Holmgren, the latest, were all forced to sit out their first year, but they got to be around the team, soak up as much knowledge as possible, and you can't really argue with the results.
Trent against Caruso. Kicks it out to Lillard. No good on the triple.
And you don't want to give up that kind of look too often.
It's good.
They are just killing them on the interior.
Milwaukee has gotten just 1 of 4 three-pointers to go down for them here in the fourth. Trent outside. Back to Lillard. He's looking for Lopez and finds him.
Well, it's clear that Brook Lopez loves getting to the free throw line. He uses his length to pick up these kinds of opportunities.
At the line for the Bucks, Brook Lopez. 2 shots.
That free throw, no good.
And for a 7-footer, Brook Lopez is pretty versatile. You get all the defensive impact you'd expect, but he can also consistently score on all 3 levels.
Kyle Kuzma's checked in for Kevin Porter. Good on the second free throw. Doris, why is there so much parity around the NBA now?
Yeah, Kevin, I think the new salary cap rules have certainly contributed to what we're seeing in terms of that parity. Super teams are more difficult to assemble. The talent is more evenly spread. And obviously, it has made for a greater level of competition. What could be better?
Watford, the three-pointer off the mark. For Milwaukee, they've gone 5 of 12 from the field entering the fourth quarter. Trent kicks to Antetokounmpo. The wide open look here for Lopez. And it's Antetokounmpo picking up the assist. Giannis has got 6 assists now in the game. And now, let's take a look at the New Balance player of the game, Larry Bird.
And what an amazing ball game we've seen from him. It's been a one-man show worth the price of admission all by itself. There wasn't anything he couldn't do on that court tonight.
And as the star of this team, he knows he's going to be the object of the crowd's anger. Lillard against Van Vliet. On the wing, Dosunmu. Lillard outside. Hits the jumper in space.
And the defense knew they messed up there. Can't allow Dame to get his feet set.
Van Vliet with it. Pass to Okoro. Dosunmu with it. Van Vliet left side. Nance a screen on Lillard. Just 5 on the clock. The jump hook, and it's sent back by Lopez.
Well, Lopez twice on the pipes. He has the length to do this every time on the defensive end.
It's good. Antetokounmpo's got 10 points in just the second half.
And looking a lot better now, but still a long way to go to get back into this one.
Yeah, but this run started with tighter execution at both ends, and that'll need to be maintained for them to have a chance to take the lead.
And here is Dosunmu. No good. They had a chance to end the run there. Lillard from outside. And it's Antetokounmpo picking up the assist. Lillard's got 21.
Some nights, Lillard can just keep going and going.
Gone 7 of 16 from the field here in the fourth. That's about 43%. Pass to Okoro. Van Vliet outside. Nance a screen on Lillard. Van Vliet. Lopez with the block. They get it back. And there's the shot clock violation. Couldn't get the shot off in time. Bucks trail by 14. Lillard outside. Out to Kuzma. And it's off from three-point range. Gone 2 of 5 on three-point shots since the end of the third quarter. Christie the pass to Dosunmu. Van Vliet outside. Just 4 to shoot. Puts one up from 19. Good. He hits the jump shot.
Spirited performance. You love to get this kind of win, especially on the road.
You've got to be able to...
The price of admission.
And great camera work showing up on the AT&T 5G Slam Cam. 44 seconds left in the fourth quarter of this one. Now Van Vliet. On the wing, Dosunmu. Antetokounmpo with the steal. And oh, here we go. Lillard's got it, the fast break chance. Here's Van Vliet. Guys, you've got to think a basket here would seal it.
No question. That would be all she wrote.
Here's Nance. Goes straight through the defender for the dunk. Draws the foul. He'll go to the line. It's on Damian Lillard.
Making every effort to put this game on ice.
Well, just terrific teamwork. Each guy doing his part. You love what you're seeing from them tonight.
That free throw good from Nance. 19 seconds left in the game. Here's Prince. And he floats in for the easy two. Credit the assist on that one. Now here's Van Vliet. The visiting club takes the win on the road. This was a very strong showing for him, Greg. Not necessarily a runaway win, but one they'll feel very good about.
And let's face it, anytime you can go on the road and win in the fashion they did, you have to feel good about it. Really an outstanding effort all the way around.
And that about wraps it up. For Greg Anthony, Doris Burke, and David Aldridge, and the rest of our terrific crew, this is Kevin Harlan saying thanks for watching. And as we leave you, we give you our player of the game, Larry Bird.
All right, Team Larry Bird putting on a tour de force tonight in a game that they needed to get after taking a huge loss to the front line with the loss of Jalen Duren. Look at the points in the paint, 50 to 44. But I tell you one thing, the pace of the game was really slow. They just look at that. Both teams only had just 80 shots. Team Larry Bird just slowed the game down, took the air out of the ball because you know Giannis wants to get out. Giannis wants to get out and run. So the best way to stop that, don't take quick shots. Don't take quick shots. Make Giannis have to earn it because he's going to get his points. But let him have to get it in the half court, not in the full court where he can just, use his excellent athleticism and just take the game over. So that's the end of that. Moving on here, check the box score. Damian Lillard had a pretty decent shooting night from three, but not from the field overall. 5 of 10 from downtown, 9 of 21 overall. So not a great overall shooting night, but from three he did pretty well. Antetokounmpo just never really got it going tonight. 17 points. 6 rebounds, 10 assists. Good numbers, but not very much impact. They just pretty much got shut down. Like they got lulled to sleep. Larry Bird with probably just a ho-hum performance. 27 points, 10 rebounds, 5 assists, 10 for 19 from the field, 3 for 7. Christie comes off the bench with 21 points. Miller with 12. Van Vliet comes in with 11-15. Wagner shows up big with 13 rebounds. And how about let's get some love to Ben Simmons playing good, starting now. With the loss of Jalen Duren, Ben Simmons had to get the defensive responsibility on Antetokounmpo. He did a pretty good job. I mean, all things considered. And he helped out a little bit with offense and had a couple assists. So pretty good all-around team performance by Team Larry Bird as they move on with their season. Let's see. Larry Bird's highlights here, mostly just rebounds. Nice layup there, moving out the ball. Another half, full court score, rebound, moving out the ball, catch and shoot. That's a one-on-one move. Just a solid performance, nothing spectacular, just solid good fundamental basketball. And we move on. Let's see who the next. I believe it's Team Showtime's up next, taking on the Pistons. Remember, Team Showtime just had a horrible loss. A horrible loss against the New York Knicks. For those that may have missed it, you can go ahead and check it in my playlist. Jalen Brunson with the game-winning plays at the end, folks. Go check out and see what happened in that game. Jalen Brunson broke the hearts of the Las Vegas faithful. But we move on to Detroit, as the Detroit Pistons at 7-25. Wow, that poor record this year. Las Vegas needs to get back on the winning side because as we look here at the standings, with that loss that they took the other day, they fell behind in the chase for the number 1 seed. The Timberwolves have it outright with the Mavericks right now, and Showtime tied for that second spot. The Thunder have fallen to 2 games. So that race right now is really, really, really getting competitive, and they're starting to separate themselves at some point as we get close to All-Star break here, which is All-Star break is only about a month away. So this is the stretch where teams are going to start separating themselves. The men from the boys, as they say. Separate the men from the boys. And the next game coming up will be Team Showtime going on the road. Let me show off these new road jerseys that we have here. Team Showtime with their brand new uniforms, going on the road to take on the Detroit Pistons, a struggling team at 7-25, but with Cunningham, they're always going to have a chance. And we will have that game coming for you right here on Richardson Strong Star Sports. I will see you guys for that video. Like, subscribe, hit the notification bell if you like the content, and I will see you in the next video coming up soon. Thanks for watching, guys. Peace.